I don't know if I'm streaming or not. It says I'm streaming. Oh, now I see the video moving. Okay, sorry about that. Just some kind of weird stream hiccup, everybody. It's one of those annoying things where now my stream replay is broken in two. Highly annoying. Excited to be back, John DeGard. For once in a while, Twitch just hiccups like that, and I got no idea why. I collected an elf treasure. There's a weird quest mechanic here. You can't just run around looting loot boxes. You have to do something to make a loot box available. I think it's killing these invaders. Unless the orc lockbox is glowing, it is inaccessible. And I only do this quest often enough to know that there's something weird about it, but I can never remember what. And I'm sure I'll figure it out about the time I have it done. Just say. Greatly hoarded by orcs. Ginger, welcome. How's your Friday night going, dear? Ginger has actually suffered through the brain trauma that one gets when actually questing with us on Tuesdays and Saturdays. How do I unlock these loot boxes? Guardian's Great Hammer, level 70. That might be handy. Lockbox. Okay, so killing him activated this loot box. And that activated this loot box. So as long as these guys are running around slaying everything around me, I'm gonna have a hard time getting my 6 loot boxes. That freed up that loot box. Can't get to that one. Oh, this is just a really unfortunate bottleneck. I don't think they've quite figured out this quest mechanic. Or they're intentionally going around. There's number 6. Alright, where am I headed? Up this way, I think. Kinda. Wrong way. Ooh, a rockworm. Ooh, another rockworm. Ooh, a doe. A deer, a female deer. Are they working on the deed? That could be. Ginger says, don't ask. Sorry to hear that, Ginger. I was hoping you were having a good Friday night. It's alright, you're in a safe place. You're hanging out with Big Ed Mustafa and friends.
Servants of the enemy cannot pass the bounds
All
of
is
loyalty.
well.
What business have you with the Lord and Lady? The Lord and Lady have need of your services.
We ride for Windmar. He is this way. Hello, Buck. Hello, orcs. I guess if you did want to finish Orc Slayer, that is a pretty fast respawning camp. So it's not the worst place to do it. Although when you're jamming up people from who are trying to do the quest on the landscape, it's a little annoying. But I was able to squeeze through there and get done what I needed to get done, so they are welcome to them. Oh, Windmar. Soaking up the Kalinard Skarn. Orc scouts. Bears. Here's Windmar's camp.
Our mission is dire. The Rohirrim have need of your services. What brings you to these lands?
I think the Skarn deposit is a threat to Windmar's camp. I will defeat it. We're safe as long as the Thingglad Howler's not around. Exactly. And even if the Thingglad Howler does come by, Alapenya will likely be happy to take one for the team, so I wouldn't worry about it. Gravity, howdy! And there's 5 of 5. Stop the scout's leader from scouting, from sounding the alert. Okay, that's a thing apparently. Where's the scout's leader, I wonder? Let's give him the old guardian charge. The scout has escaped. This does not bode well. It's not from lack of me crushing him.
Will you aid the Horse Lords? The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Completed Quests of Thingolid. Sharpen swords. Thank you, Ginger. I found him. How's your week been so far, Gravity? Going pretty well. Good. We are trying to save the camp of Winmar, the love-struck Stand Guardian.
What business have you with the Rohirrim? The Rohirrim have need of your services. Wunmar and his men brace for an orc attack that threatens to be more dire than the earlier encounter upon the hill. A mere taste of what is to come.
Just slap him. It's difficult being a dude. I joke that I still fall in love about 20 times a day. Fortunately, 3 or 4 of them are with Mrs. Mustafa, so it all washes out at the end. Oh no, Winmar, look out behind you. Noriel has slain the attacker, but Winmar lies wounded. Noriel, you came to help us. You fool, do not stir, you are poisoned. Kryles, howdy! This is all my fault. I was coming to make amends for my coldness from our earlier meeting. If only I had been 1 moment sooner. There's nothing I can do. It will not be long now for Winmar. Poor Winmar. Winmar didn't make it.
What brings you to these lands?
Kryles, it's a rare treat to have you here on a Friday night. It's good to see you, my friend. How have you been? Noriel's Folly, Winmar's End, Pauldrons of the Heavy Heart. Those look like a winner.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
We search for Winmar's burial site. Sorry, just cutting a piece of chicken pot pie. I've been stressed. The cost of a condo, paying old landlord rent because I broke lease, car, taxes, surgery for dog, upgrade to PC. It all came at the same time. Let's at least talk about the pleasant part, your PC upgrades. What did you go with? 8700K, RTX 2080 Ti. What are you sporting now, Kryles? I wanted to get on Cordovan's chat today and ask him, now that the RTX 2080 Ti's are shipping, how soon we can expect to see ray tracing in Lotro. He may not get the joke, though. 7700K, 16 gigs of DDR4. MG, I don't remember. GTX 1080. Nice. That ought to play Lotro just fine. Zinger pops in, asking how the Shielded Adventure goes. Goes well. Winmar didn't make it, though. We're going to pay our respects at his grave. Where is Winmar's grave? I think it would be someplace out in the open. without a whole lot of spawns around it, so you can pay your respects without having to murder 100 orcs first. Never did stream that yet. Oh, how's everything going with you, Ed? Still getting on the airfield? Didn't get a lot of flying done this summer, but we had a great Labor Day air show, and we just had our club auction last Sunday. Mrs. Mustafa and I got there at 6:30 in the morning and helped with the setup, and then I auctioneered, and we had 520 some items. We started selling the first item at 10 a.m. and I sold the last item at 6:45 p.m. It was like forever. We got through it though, and the club made a bunch of money, and I didn't buy too much dumb crap, so I'm kind of happy about that. What did I get? I got a nice computer radio, worth $120 for $20. Oh, here's Noriel. Must have walked right past her a few times. The grave lies upon this hill, but here is Noriel as well.
What can I do for you?
Pay your respects. Oh, there's the gravestone. Mourn? Nope. Let's try bow. Maybe. Kneel? Not bow, not kneel, not mourn. Let's try mourn again. I haven't heard any updates. Is the missus doing better? She is, Kryles. Thanks for asking. She has been doing dialysis regularly, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And she's gotten comfortable enough with it where she goes straight from the dialysis center to work. It's getting along pretty well, and yeah, it's the new normal, so it's convinced me not to mouth off to her. She's made of tougher stuff than I am. Oh, maybe I just need to double click on the gravestone. There we go. Mourning a fallen friend. Not really auctioneer. You got to remember, I'm mostly selling RC stuff to old guys. So a lot of what I do is it's like, okay, we've got a Great Plains Big Stick 40. If you were to buy this at the hobby store, it'd be $160. I'll take the first $15 opening bid, looking for $15. 15, looking for 20. Got 20, looking for 25. It's not the blah, 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 blah type auctioneering stuff. Because actually the guys in the club hate that because they don't understand what the auctioneer's saying. Plus, you need to be able to describe the gear or it won't sell for as much if they don't know what they're actually bidding on. They're supposed to look at the stuff before the auction starts, but they never do. So what else did I buy? I bought a whole bag of these safety nuts that you use on your glow engines to help protect the bolt head on your crankshaft from like going through somebody's head if you hit them with your plane. And they're about $6 a piece at the hobby store, and I got a big giant bag full of them for like $10, so I was pretty happy about that. Kryles knew she was tougher than me even before this happened. No doubt about it. Thank you, Zinger. Try right click. I'm a little slow tonight. Slash respect. Salute. Who's selling off the club for dates? You ended up auctioning off a ketchup packet for $50 at the Quick Talk. Wouldn't that be nice? Call at the northern gate of Stangard. We ride for Stangard. Now I'm in Earlsmead. Oh, stand guards all the way up here. Look at all of these delicious goats just out here wandering around unattended. New deed, Earlsmead Explorer. To stand guard.
The horse lords. The Rohirrim will need your aid.
I guess we can say hi to the stable master.
Greetings.
Hello,
friend of the
stable master.
Rohirrim.
Your group stopped leveling on Crick? I think Olip said we can go to 60 now. You know, the last I heard, Olip wasn't playing or streaming Lotro, and I haven't heard of the Raiders of the Lost Orcs doing anything the last several weeks.
What business have you?
Yeah,
with the
Dire
Rohirrim?
Dan's still 54th, but I could get him up through Moria quick enough. That wouldn't be a problem. I didn't think anything was happening, and Olip was kind of on hiatus. Has he been streaming on Wednesdays? I thought they took him off the official schedule. I want to go back this way. Entrance to the Mead Hall. Never understood their rationing of food when there's a good supply right outside their gates. I'm sure a lot of the worm meat would taste just like chicken. Host of the West flashbacks? No, he is off Lotro, but he might still pick it back up on like weekends, depending on what works for people. Well, that'd be good. He doesn't want to be locked in on one specific day, I guess. It's, you know, and that's, I understand completely. When it's your recreation, you don't want to feel like you have to keep a schedule. And, you know, I totally get that. So, if you're not feeling it, take a break. Nothing wrong with that.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Talk to Stanrick. Olip is on Sunday by calendar. Oh, maybe he moved to 7 Heroes time slot? I just talked to 7 Hero the other day, and he mentioned that he was he hadn't streamed in a long time, and they took him off the schedule.
Our mission
And he
is
was like,
dire.
okay.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
You are a fool, Stanrick. Well, you know this guy's evil because his name is Sithrick. He's probably one of the Sith.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Talk to Gata. The Troubles of Stangard. 5 p.m. on Sunday. There you go. Oh, a Pulu and all up in ya? All up in ya has that Texas speech impediment.
Our mission is dire.
And he likes to call everybody darling. Especially Kryles. Stanric sent you to me, I understand. I will not say a word to Sithric on the matter. I have plenty of ideas on how you can help and stand guard, began Mustafa. Deliver rations, perform the watch, deal with some of the petty crime. Please go and help the men with their duties. He said
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Entry to the lock houses.
Our success depends upon our strength.
Search for stolen
aid us?
rations. He keeps calling me brother. Most of them call me a guy. I bought Truck Simulator thanks to a Pulu. Looks like a fun game to wind down with. Cool. Yes, the person I stream with on Tuesdays and Saturdays, I'm always getting after him. He calls everybody dude all the time. Like, how do you know that's a dude and not a chick? I don't know.
What brings you to these lands?
I try not to assume I know. You kind of guess a little bit by whether the name sounds masculine or feminine, but I get surprised all the time. Lariana was blown away when I found out it was an old Asian American dude. It's like, that ain't right. That's not an old Asian American dude's name. Who knew? Gravity 42, of course. Weed is legal in Canada now. Big Mikey Ocho, Truck Simulator is very relaxing and challenging simultaneously. Started playing it randomly and found myself being a fan. Kryles, you can wind down? Food store. Well, between the condo and paying your old landlord rent and upgrading your computer, Kryles, I don't know, you've got a lot of weed money left, do you? The dogs here are surprisingly well tended compared to the rest of Standguard. Discovered the Standguard kennel and the stolen rations.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Atholf is guilty of stealing, but his intentions are honorable. He just wanted to keep the dogs from starving. I barter my body for weed. I wish you all the best of luck with that, Kryles. I really do. Perform the watchtower duties. He said duty. This is a good vantage point. You see nothing noteworthy from this vantage point. Then why did it say it's not advancing the quest? You vex me. Nothing noteworthy from this vantage point. Somewhere there's a tower where I will see something. And if I see something, I should say something. No, not till the 17th, Kryles. Gravity had me recommending Farming Simulator to a friend. That is not surprisingly not very popular. Far in the distance, you note rocky channels swarming with rockworms. One down. Farming Simulator is not very popular in Nebraska. We have way too much of the real thing statewide. Not all the watchtowers work. Too near Standguard, you see a den of vile, slavering dogs preying upon the lands. That's two that work. Then if you're ever having to navigate town and avoid guards, you can actually run up this little hill in the back right by the mead hall. That will become important here in the very near future. PC building simulator. Farm simulator I can't get into. But ever since Kryles says he barters his body for weed, all of a sudden chat's gotten really busy. And then most Canadians won't be allowed in the US ever again. Ah yes, the long bottom leaf. Okay. As a guardian, I'd imagine you can pull the entirety of Lime Lake Gorge by now, hopefully. Border agents, guards have access to our credit card payments, and if a weed purchase is on there, banned. That's no fun. I don't know how they'd be allowed to look at our statements. Visa has private policies. That's crazy. Something that just came out, Kryles. I don't know how valid it is, but it is out there. He just read stuff that happened 12 minutes ago. Big Ed has unusual reading strategy. I'd like to see how he reads books. I'm pretty slow. I'm also trying to play the game, Kryles. The crazy thing is, a U.S. citizen is in Canada and goes back to the U.S. If they admit to smoking weed 20 years ago, they can be banned. Doesn't matter when you smoked it. Kryles, you will have to catch Gravity 42. He makes it look very relaxing somehow. Tenuliel might be the voice. He has pretty good level ASMR voice. Gravity 42 has an excellent voice. Very soothing. And I'm all caught up.
What business have you with the Rohirrim? What brings you to these lands?
Ooh. Bill and Ted, guess what level I am? Everybody giggle. You done with all the overtime, Ed? Things finally slowed down? I'm back on day shift, Kryles, which is a very happy thing. I'm still scheduled about 12 hours a week more than I'm getting paid for, but and actually things are ramping up, but I don't know. We're just in a weird place. It's like all of a sudden the dam broke on restricting vacation time. So everybody started putting in for PTO. Taking a day off towards the end of the month. Taking 3 days off the first or second week in November. First week in November. Taking the week off before Christmas. And hopefully that'll get my PTO down to where I won't lose any past maximum accrual when the year turns over. Legendary item store. I have a bunch of stuff to reforge, so pardon me while I reforge my gear.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Oh great, now I've got a bunch of legendaries to crush. Let's see what's what.
Welcome and well met, my
I
friend.
think that maxes out my current belt. Okay, that's a belt I'm not wearing, so yeah, let's go ahead and deconstruct that. Pledge magnitude, ward damage, stagger critical. Fishing 200, Telerian asks. Not quite. I am close. Let's see what we're doing here. 173 out of 200. And I don't think I've quite mastered... let's see what I got for... Yeah, keep clicking on the wrong thing. Let's take a look at the deed log. Hobbies. I need 1 sturgeon. I do have Trout Master and Darter Master done. I need to get... I thought I went and got Kingfisher. Or Fisher King, rather. I'm wearing that, aren't I? Yeah, Fisher King. But I need to get my last sturgeon, and I need to get to 200 for Lord of Streams. And I need to get to...
friend of the Rohirrim.
My 50-pound salmon. So what's that, about 25 points of fishing and a couple of titles? On my way. My company supports retail stores, so our PTO blackout period is now. We can't take vacation between October and January because Black Friday and Christmas. Yeah, we've got a bunch of big profile projects coming up, and it's just like, you want this stuff done any faster, hire more guys. We're all burned out. LPOG Champ says, is there any advice you'd give to a first-time player? Yeah, plenty of advice if you're just starting on Lotro. I think Guardian, Champion, or Hunter are three of the best starting classes. And the main thing to know is Lotro is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the game, play through all the content. Don't feel like you need to hurry to the end game. There really isn't any end game. It's just fun. And there's some great storytelling. And if you feel like you need to rush through the lower levels because you want to get to where the action is, you're going to miss out on a lot of cool stuff. Read the quest text, enjoy the storytelling, and you'll be playing Lotro a good long time. There's a lot to see, a lot to do, and it's pretty terrific.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing more Watchtower stuff. Gormabald! Hi Ed, hi everyone. Sounds good, I'm about to jump in now. I just finished updating. Crazy Tricks checking in. LPOG Champ, all of the servers are good. They did a server consolidation a while back. So all 10 of the servers are active and have good populations. Player versus monster player. Arkenstone is supposed to be the most active, but it's not Lotro's strongest feature, and it's a little bit unbalanced right now. The developers are in the middle of doing some class rebalancing, and then next year when that's been addressed for all the classes, then they plan on going back and revamping monster play out in the Ettenmoors. So hopefully that will improve rapidly, but right now it's not very strong. I'm on Crick Hollow tonight. I play on Brandywine and Arkenstone quite a bit also. And I talk to players all the time that are never on any of those three servers. Landrevel and Gladden are both very popular. Evernight is popular. It's an EU server, but it is an English-speaking EU server, so a lot of Americans play on there too. And you'll find players all throughout the hours of the day. So if you have an unusual schedule, Evernight might be a good pick. Wolfwine does not have a quest for me yet. Billingsmond says that's great advice. Been playing 2 years myself and it's awesome. Tellurian says concerning servers, just play your language and keep in mind that Laurelin and Evernight are more populated during EU playtimes. Laurelin is also role-playing encouraged, so if you run around talking about football scores, might not be the right server. Freebie of the week, Universal Power Potion. Puppet Box says, I agree with you, Ed. The best part in Lotro to me is how well it captures that feeling of adventure. You don't have to rush to an end game. You can actually go out and see all the sights and feel like you're actually in Middle-earth. Ginger plays on most of the servers. Thanks, and what's the coupon for? The Universal Power Potion. I think it scales to whatever level character uses the potion, and it just gives you a potion boost, or a power boost, excuse me. Your blue bar for mana. And Tenuliel says hello to Gormabald. And hello Puppet Box. And Belanksmund. Hopefully I haven't butchered anybody's names too badly. Talk to Gada about the dangers you see. And I gotta bring rations to some dudes. Oh, now everything's flagging for the discovery deed. Yeah, the beauty of Lotro, Elpog Champ, is if you like Tolkien, if you enjoyed reading the books, watching the movies, the game is very immersive. You'll get to meet characters from the books, characters from the movies, interact with them, go on quests with them, and you feel like you get woven into the storyline. And at the same time, they also do a nice job of adding to the main storyline with original stories and original characters that help flesh out the world of Middle-earth even more. The Epic Storyline Volume 1, I thought was just really amazing storytelling, very moving. Liked it quite a bit, even though it was rather sad. So, that's a thing. Hello, Wada.
What brings you to these lands?
Who else am I looking for? Bjornstan. And I need to find a couple more buildings. Skirmish Hall. You have discovered the Skirmish Hall. Hello, skirmishers. You have discovered Tatwine's house. Tatwine did not appear to be home. I will discover the stables. I'll definitely keep that in mind. I appreciate all the input, guys. And not to self-promote too much, but most people regard the Lotro community here on Twitch is friendlier than most. So if you run into any questions or problems, or you just want to know about a game mechanic, Lotro Stream is a great place to check in. We've got a ton of very knowledgeable streamers, myself maybe being the exception, but we also have a ton of very knowledgeable viewers. So you can usually pop in here, ask questions, get good solid advice, and it's a little bit friendlier, more accepting crowd than some other bigger named MMOs. So feel free to check in from time to time, and there's no such thing as a dumb question. We are happy to help. I've discovered the provisioner's home. Although I suspect the provisioner discovered it before I did. Healer. Oh no, I lost hides. I've got loot dropping. Pooh. Fortunately, there's a mailbox right here. Let's mail some stuff off. Inventory management. That's really the whole key to this game, Elpog. As long as you keep managing your inventory, it'll be okay. Oh, I got a Mender's bauble. Nice. Gems. Cook scroll. I guess I can mail off my fish. That's the other thing you need to understand about Lotro is your fishing skill is probably the most paramount thing you can work on. You should always try to keep your fishing skill as maxed out as you can get it. Everything else is unimportant compared to that. Okay, close enough for now. Let's send that off to Sjogren. Ooh, Westfold battle leggings. And voila, pack space. I will goat my way up the hill real quick. Where's this beer stand I need to get the rations to? Let's go see him. He is this way. Been in the legendary item store. Not been to the auction hall. We got an auctioneer, a mailbox, another auctioneer. 2 auctioneers and a mailbox. Dumb question number 1. Why won't my game log in? Ponton Finberry's in the house. Speaking of fishing prowess. Ponton, I hear congratulations are in order. You won the Harnkegger Games fishing tournament. The lore is so key for my enjoyment in Lotro. Just looking forward to when they phase Lalia out of the game entirely. There's only dumb answers. The only dumb question is the one not asked. No matter who makes a Tolkien anything in the future, Lotro will have the most accurate lore because of contracts. The Lotro community is lucky to have such a wise master as you, Big Ed. Wow. Oh my gosh, John DeGard, you poor, sorry soul. And Ponton confirms, yeah, I did, thanks. Druid's Fire says it's getting deep in here. Absolutely. I've been in the tavern. Oh, it's telling me that the task board is here. Do I have any task items yet? So, that's the other thing that you need to know. Elpog. The 5 tenets of quality Lotro streaming and Lotro play. If you're a streamer, you need to eat on camera, which I do prodigiously. We have Russell Stover chocolates tonight. Quite delicious. And there's fishing, crafting, task item turn-ins, and inventory management. We just knocked out inventory management. Punctured shields I don't have a lot of yet. Might have some marked fur. That soft brown fur. Bent metal maces. Not a thing here. Metal sword sheaths, not a thing here. Vile finger bones, not a thing here. What's weird is a lot of the task items I'm collecting in the Great River region are actually for turning in Dunland. So I don't have a lot to turn in yet. That could change if I get out to some other areas on the landscape. Yes, Druid's Fire, that counts thrice. You are good to go. Goofy old lady checking in, howdy. Crashed again, what happens when you leave Minas Tirith? Yeah. John is in some peril in being forced to say that. That sounds about right. I can't imagine anybody saying it of their own volition. It's just crazy talk. But a nice thing to say nonetheless. Thank you, John DeGard. There's a deed for discovering all of these locations inside of Stangard. Well, they have to get your rep up to ally before you can finish the last one. I still have no idea where this Bernstein dude is. Must have plugins for Hunter. I have a Hunter that's at level cap, and I don't run plugins. Plugins are helpful. There's nothing wrong with running plugins, but don't feel like they're absolutely necessary or required. Discovered the supplier's house. Discover Wada's house. The vault.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Do I have anything I can dump in the vault? Well, that's enough for now. Freed up 2 extra pack slots, that's the main thing. Nothing in Middle Earth is so precious as storage. Scholar, workbench, forge. We craft. Anyone feel like crab cakes or donairs? Yes, for Lotro, plugins are more of a convenience thing if you take the game more seriously in the latter stages. I know some like combat analysis as a DPS meter. Buff bars can help with keeping an eye on buffs, debuffs, etc. We've certainly been taking advantage of the Roving Threat plugin. So I certainly wouldn't turn my nose up at using them. Honestly, I'm just too lazy to go out and find the plugins and install them. If you want to get into raiding, get buff bars. That being said, I enjoy Titan Bar, as it gives a customizable bar of various info like gold, skirmish marks, yada. Geez, I put up a comment about crab cakes and Zinger trumps it with serious stuff. I guess I came back in at the wrong time. Sorry, kids. You don't apologize, Geeks Tour. I'm always up for crab cakes. Excuse me. You will have to tell me what a Donair is. This is more of a Fritos crowd Geeks tour. Yeah, John DeGard might be right on that. Yeah, nobody ever accused Zinger of being too serious. Oh yeah, we get shawarma all the time. Oh, doner kebab. Okay. I think I've seen it spelled D-O-N-A-R-E. I think you threw me off with the I. Wait, Zinger can be serious? I follow. Yeah, my understanding in the UK, if it's called kebab, it's just beef, but if it's doner kebab, it's beef and lamb. Big fan of Middle Eastern and Greek food. Omaha has a population of about 6,000 Muslims. We have a couple of I can't believe I'm blanking on the term mosque. But we have a couple of mosques around town. There's a Islamic school and a lot of Muslim-owned restaurants and businesses. A few markets. There's one not too far from the Russell Stover outlet where I picked up the chocolate today called El Basha. And Mrs. Mustafa just loves the place. The food's really good. I find the dining room slightly small, cramped, and not particularly comfortable, but the food is terrific. We go there all the time. And she brings home carry-out from there even more than we go there to eat. And there's another place here in town called Amsterdam, and it's a kebab place. It's just a little hole-in-the-wall shop with like 6 things on the menu. They do falafel salad, falafel sandwich, kebab salad, kebab sandwich, and then curry fries and hummus. That's basically their whole menu. But the kebab sandwiches are just absolutely terrific. Even the falafel's really good. Great, great Middle Eastern food in Ottawa. Good to know. If anyone's in Ottawa, there's some fantastic doners. Have yet to find one as good anywhere in Toronto, which is saying something, since Toronto's like 7 or 8 times the size of Ottawa. Singer's seriousness has a long cool down and an incredible power cost. Last time I had proper doner kebab, I lived in a suburb of London. Yeah, the way Druid's Fire spelling doner is how I'm used to seeing it Geekster. That's why I didn't catch it quite at first. My understanding is doner kebab is sort of the British version of Taco Bell. It's not something that you normally eat unless you're coming home from the pub at 2 in the morning. Actually, it's kind of funny. We had a restaurant in town called the Afghani Kebab, and it was okay. It wasn't the best Middle Eastern restaurant, but it was kind of one of those local neighborhood joints, and we'd go in there and eat once in a while. And the week of the 9/11 attacks, when everybody was all up in arms about Afghanistan, what was funny about it was the attacks happened on a Tuesday, and it was about 2 days later. Mrs. Mustafa and I think we were just dating at the time. We got married in 2003. But we thought, boy, I hope they're doing okay at the Afghani Kebab. I hope there's not any problem. So we went there for dinner, and I was quite heartened to see that it was the busiest the restaurant had been in quite some time. I think a lot of other patrons kind of felt the same way, and it's like, hey, let's go to Afghani Kebab. We're going to eat and chat with the owners and just let them know that, hey, everything's cool, and your neighbors know that, you know, it wasn't all Afghanis who attacked the trade center. And in fact, it turned out there weren't any Afghanis who attacked the trade center. They were all Saudis. But that's neither here nor there. It was kind of nice to see that even in times of crisis, people aren't always poopy heads. All right. We boosted up our Westfold prospecting. That's probably enough crafting for now. Just nice to get those ingots stamped out. Been to all these places. I still haven't found what's his name. He is up here. So like I said, instead of having to go all the way around and take the roads around, you can just sneak up that side hill. John DeGard's heading out. All this food talk has made me hungry before bed. I am off. Have a good stream, Big Ed, and good night to everyone in chat. Take care, John DeGard. Thanks as always for your support and encouragement.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Bernstan is displeased with the amount of food you gave him.
What brings you to these lands?
Beasts at the door.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
You brought them in their rations, did you? And the horses as well, I see. It's terrible there's not enough food to go around. We've always had to tighten our belts and stand guard, but things have only become worse since Sithric came and involved himself in every aspect of rule here. Nobody likes a micromanager.
Our mission is dire. Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid
Bring
us?
these issues to Stanric.
After seeing the many hardships faced by the men of Stangard, Garda has decided to make an appeal to the leaders of the settlement. What brings you to these lands?
Things were not always this bad here. We have few men, it is true. Is this your first time in Stangard? Wish you could have seen it in better days. You guys all have the same line.
Our mission is dire.
In Ottawa, there used to be shawarma carts like hot dog carts all over. They would yell chicken or beef. We had to go into a pizza shop of the big Donners. I'm definitely hungry. Oh, go. Oh, for.
What brings you to these lands?
I will say it since you will hear it. Things have grown far worse since your arrival, Sithric. The king appointed you, but you only thwart all of our efforts to improve things here. Gada, please, do not say these things. As you said, Sithric is here by the decree of Theoden King. Correct, I am here because Stangard failed the king. You all answer to me. I am here to see that things are run properly. If you resist my decisions... ... then you resist the will of the king, and you will do well to remember that, Gada. Iron Butterfly wrote a song about him. But... Gada, you will do as I say. Back to your watch post now.
Our mission is dire.
It is well that Stanric sent the fool back to his post. Any more insolence and I would have seen to it that he was imprisoned for his treasonous words. Keep out of this, Guardian. You are not of the Rohirrim, and Stangard's affairs are no concern of yours. Sithric seems like a good guy. I'd like to hang out with him. Sithric is out of earshot. You should speak with Stanric again.
Our mission is dire.
Our hands are tied here, Big Ed Mustafa. The king is not the man he once was. To defy him, even for good reason, would not end well for me or my men. But I have an idea. You are not truly bound by our laws. If you can think of anything you could do that would help us, you have my blessing. That is all I will say on this matter. Sithric cannot imprison you, a guest, for any of your deeds in Earsmead, as long as no crime is committed. Talk to Geda. Ed, do you like Greek food? Were you the Fresh Prince of Donair? Yeah, I was just saying we had Greek food for dinner. What did Mrs. Mustafa ordered? Some dish called shrimp Santorini. It actually looked like almost like jambalaya with feta cheese in it. But yeah, we go to a couple of the local Greek restaurants all the time. Tragically.
What brings you to these lands? The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Tend the horses. Deal with the threat of vicious dogs.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Collect bundles of grass. There's a lot of bundles of grass that have to get collected.
The Rohirrim will need your
Defeat
aid.
vile hounds. Greek town in Toronto. Years ago, the Greeks settled in an area around Danforth Avenue. There's a festival every summer called Taste of the Danforth. Fantastic Greek food as far as the eye can see on the Danforth for a week. Should come up for it. That would be fun. It's during the summer. That would be a nice time to visit, too. Plus, when it came time to come back across the border, I could always claim Mrs. Mustafa was a Korean national and maybe get her trapped up there. That'd be hilarious. Could get you a fresh Coke Zero then. Not Mrs. Mustafa, she's already passed out cold for the night. Well, shoot, the Korean area of Toronto apparently has some fantastic food. She might enjoy it. That she would. Oh, that was the other thing. Whenever she comes to a club event and helps out like she did with the auction, we have to go out for Korean food afterwards. We did it after the Labor Day Air Show, and we went out for Korean again after the auction this Sunday. We went to a different Korean restaurant than the one we normally go to, because they have this Korean dinner for two. It's Yukijang, this bean curd and noodle soup with shreds of beef in it. It's much better than the ingredient list sounds. And I think I was supposed to be slaying dogs. Oh, at the Fetid Caves. Okay, so I need to go to the Fetid Caves apparently, because that's a thing. Anyway, it's bulgogi, yukijang, and broiled mackerel, grilled mackerel. And it's a dinner for two with 3 different small entrees to split. And we get there and they didn't have it on the menu anymore. They took the dinner for two off, and all of those were separate entrees. So she was a little disappointed, but the food was still good. I think she got pork bulgogi and I got bibimbap. Pile of remains. There we go. This is one of the dogs I needed to kill. And I've discovered the Fetid Caves. Pile of gnawed bones. The remains of a person. We have also been enjoying Ethiopian food lately, which is quite tasty. There's, I think, 3 pretty good Ethiopian restaurants in town that we're aware of. There we go. Yeah, Mrs. Mustafa's been up to Toronto several times on work trips and always enjoyed it. She says she likes Canada. It's a hound corpse. Dread Gaze and Grip Jaw. Here's Dread Gaze. And down they went. We ride for Stengard. She likes to go to the Justin Bieber Museum. Who wouldn't, singer? That sounds like a laugh a minute. One of the guys I work with is a huge Bill Clinton fan. We had to go down to Little Rock and Conway, Arkansas 2 different times to do due diligence before moving a big customer from Arkansas to our data center here in Omaha. And both times he's like, let's go to the Clinton Museum and Library. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And both times we get there and he decided to cheap out both times instead of paying the $12 admission. Well, let's just go to the gift store and look around. You don't have to pay to get in there.
What brings you to
I was
these
kind of
lands?
laughing. It's like, okay, Mark.
Will you aid the horse lords? What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Although I will say that Rush Limbaugh always referred to it as the Bill Clinton Library and Massage Parlor, but I did not see anywhere in the gift shop where you could get a massage, so that might have been in a different part of the museum. Don't even joke about the museum, although I wouldn't put it down to him to fund his own. Well.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Ooh. I am known to the riders. Tell Gada of your success. I got 5 Lotro points for that bad boy. Inagata to stand guard, baby. Don't you know that I love you?
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
I was talking to like a 28-year-old dude today at work about Inagata Devita by Iron Butterfly. He has no frame of reference for exactly how awesome that song is. It's Stanric's home. I've been in here? Oh, this is Bernstein's home. Collect goat meat. Try to help with farming and kill some worms. Well, where's the museum for the littlest hobo? Sorry, very, very rare Canadian TV comment. Maybe it's a very little museum and that's why you're not familiar with it, Geeks Tour.
The Rohirrim have need of your services. Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Defeat worms from the teeming nests. Are you from the teeming nests? Apparently so. One! Two! Gamer Gramp checking in. Hi, Gamer Gramp. How are you? Greetings and salad tongues. Indeed. I think that's supposed to be salutations, but I will accept salad tongues. We were discussing the many, many virtues of Canada, a land where they apologize for being too polite. Ginger says I have to watch Sesame Street every day. I'm a year older today than I was today. Well, happy birthday, Gamer Gramp. Time to make a worm omelet. Geeks Tour's heading out. Because our crops needed to be eaten sooner because of the snow. So I have to leave you all so I can get packed for a trip to my brother's, where traditionalists will cook turkey and stuffing. My brother and I will hide out in the shed watching Leafs hockey with our craft beer and Doritos. Maybe our own homemade poutine and pancakes with maple syrup. Sounds like a heck of a holiday, Geeks Tour. Enjoy the weekend. Ginger takes care of a 2.5-year-old all day. It's any consolation, Mrs. Mustafa feels like she takes care of a 10-year-old all day and night. Ooh, I've discovered the teeming nests. Since she's asleep and can't hear me say anything nice about her, every once in a while I am awestruck by Mrs. Mustafa. We were talking the other day in the car and she's like, Family Fare has your Coke Zero on sale, 4 6-packs for $10. Should we go get you some? And later on that day I was thinking like, you know, I know my mom and dad loved me, but if I'd have told either of my parents I needed Coke Zero, they would have been like, to hell with you, just drink tap water, it's better for you anyway. Mrs. Mustafa is the only person on earth who would be concerned I don't have enough Coke Zero in the fridge, and would be willing to help me get some. It's a minor thing, but it's rare and precious. And that's why I only joke about leaving her stranded in Canada and wouldn't actually do it. Just like I wouldn't abandon her at the airport during that one Disney trip when she really pissed me off. Singer knows the story, just whisper him, he'll tell you the whole thing. Ed's Whispers are also open for the Hobnanigans League this weekend. 6 12-packs for $10. No, 4 6-packs for $10. I like the half-liter bottles. As you may have noticed, $14. Ooh, a worm egg. Let's go crack it. Trials, you can ask Ed about it on his next stream. Okay, so Mrs. Mustafa and I were supposed to fly to Disney World, right? I need to find a couple more eggs to crack. How many am I missing? Oh, none. That's why I can't find any more eggs out here. Okay, I'm an idiot. Let's go help with the farming tasks. Down by the farm. Well, I could return to town. I'll go back to town later. I've committed to doing the farming requests now. Sneakwit, chowdy. Can't be abandoned if we're going to do farming tasks. Where's the farming dude? Did I jump the gun? Is the farming dude still back in town? Oh, I still need to collect goat meat. I haven't killed any goats. Oh, and the dude I need to talk to about the farming stuff is the dude with the horses. Okay. Read the quest text, Ed. And pick up some goats on the way back to town. Like this one. And this goat here. I got stunned by a goat. There we go. There we go, 3 goats. That is not Calinard. That's a goat. Stemmed again. I'll eat another stuffed cabbage. It's good and good for you. Don't want to lose that. Don't want to lose those. These goats are fast. I thought that was another goat I was running towards, and then when I got closer I realized it was a vicious hound. No Worm Slayer deed. That's a goat. Ooh, I discovered Earlsmead Tower. And that was an explorer deed completed. You guys are wondering why I'm spamming Hammer Down, Ignore the Pain, and Assault so much, or Stagger so much? Those are class deeds I'm working. 11 of 12. We'll see how those are coming along when I get back to town. Calinard Scarn. Actually started questing out in the Great River on a lore master that has long been stagnant. Mostly a mule and crafting alt. Wizard's Fire seems kind of OP. Nothing wrong with OP. Well, it seems like Guardian's a little OP right now. OP is the new balanced. "12 of 12 on the goat meat. We ride for Stangard. Just got offline, was at the Pony, always a music jam there on Friday nights. That's super fun. During the Deathless says, R.I.P. Farmine dude. Goat stuns, they aren't nice. Class deeds, ugh indeed, Big Mikey Ocho. I'm playing a Runekeeper, I know from what little I've played about OP. Yeah, Runekeepers get along just fine too.
What brings you to these lands? Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Well, who wants the goat flesh? I needed to come and talk to you before I left town. I'm an idiot.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Maybe I just have to take it back to Gata when I'm done with the farming deeds? That sounds about right. We ride for that farm place. Ponton's heading out. Ponton, thanks for coming by. Always good to see you. Sleep well and have a great weekend. Hobbitburgs rule. Hobbitburgs are awesome. I have a Hobbitburg on Brandywine named Little Ed Mustafa, and he is super fun to play. I wonder why I didn't get tasked to kill the king worm. That must be coming. I know I have to go back out to the nests in a little bit. Just the edge of the fetid caves. Farm's a little further upriver. I think Stagger was the one that I'm way behind on. Let's see what we're doing here. Final straw. Hammer down. 762 of 1,000. Hit where it hurts. Strike with stagger. 207 of 1,000. Yeah, I got quite a few staggers to throw yet. Phantom Pain. 196 of 350. Stoic. 101 out of 200. Protection of Blades. Bro, protection by the sword. So that one I need to be grouped with somebody, I believe. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to keep spanning those ad nauseum. So as much as I've been working them tonight, none of them are even close to being done. If you go over to Gada's house and prepare packaged food in a water bath and top it with a sweetener, would that infer that you're in the Gada's sous vide, honey? Wow. That one even went over my head, Zinger, and I normally get your jokes. I have planted. Now I ride for stand guard. Stretching for content. I don't blame you. Chat was kind of dying, Zinger. Although I'm not sure your joke helped. I appreciate the effort, though. Maybe we just need to talk more about food. We've talked about Russell Stover candy. We've talked about Greek food and shawarma and doner kebab. Mrs. Mustafa's asleep and I am out of Coke Zero. The situation is dire. Well, I got that it was an Iron Butterfly reference. It was like in the garden sous vide, honey. I'm not a smart man. Might have gone over my head.
Our mission is dire.
Bring the goat meat back to Gada.
What business have you with the Rohirrim? Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Steel boots. 28 might, 84 vitality. Ooh, I hate losing the out-of-combat run speed bonus, though. Yeah, still, it's progress. Well, that's just an accept anyway. Just keep doing your hammer downs. And I'll do my best.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Adalbert and Uthrad are unfriendly eyes.
What brings you to these lands?
My men have been coming to thank me for various good deeds you have done for them, traveler. Please, tell me how you were able to do so much for us, for I wish to continue this trend after you leave. You tell Stanric about the good you were able to do with little effort, free of the restriction of politics. I see. We have always been few in number here at Standguard. Things have been hard, but the men and beasts of this outpost have never starved. Sithric was sent by Theoden King to oversee Standguard, but since then things have grown worse. He came to ensure that this distant outpost was to provide adequate protection at Rohan's edge, but he thwarts all that we would do to be effective. You've done more for us since your arrival than Sithric. The men begin to hate me, but I cannot blame them. So he's looking forward to visiting the lands of Skyrim in Update 23. I think it's awesome that the two games are crossing together. I'm not afraid anymore. I see what is right. Come with me, Big Ed Mustafa. It's high time for change. Stanric seems determined to make a change.
What business have you?
Sithric has his eyes upon us already. He grows suspicious whenever anyone he deems dangerous to his cause leaves his sight for long. Come, let us deal with this now. What is the meaning of this, Stanric? What is this secret conference? There are no secrets, Sithric. I have no wish to avoid you. No, then why do you speak and why do you and Big Ed Mustafa not speak openly? Oh, worry not, I will be forthcoming now. Big Ed Mustafa has done much for our outpost, with 2 hands only. Gone are the days when I feared my king so much that my men could starve at his bidding. Never again shall the edges of Rohan be allowed to grow feral, while we sit here with our hands bound. You will defy me, the envoy of Theoden King? Indeed I will, when your objections are nonsense. If my eyes see true, it is almost as if you strive to see Standguard fall into ruin. How dare you imply why... Whoop, 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 whoop. The king will hear of this insolence. Sithric is enraged at Stanric's new defiance. Stanric is determined to be strong.
Our mission is dire.
I'm sure that Sithric will come around and the two of them will soon be fast friends.
Will you aid the horse lords? Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
I'm sorry, honey. Did my extreme thirst wake you up? I had to try. Talk to Landbird at the base of Kuthasan and the Wailing Hills. The Stone of Friendship. We ride for the Stone of Friendship. I guess I can go forge some more stuff. Big Mikey Ocho says Khajiit has wares if you have coin. Yeah, when Cordovan was joking about adding a new character class, I had no idea Dragonborn was under consideration. It's fantastic.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Sting critical, Warrior's Heart. Shield damage. Girdle of Lordly Might. Foe Slayer. He wasn't joking, they're adding a flower class. That sounds awesome, Druid's Fire. Oh, that's the stupid task item turn-in board. Well, maybe I can turn in some stuff now. What do I have with me? Round scales, plume tails. Alright, we'll give it a try. Task item turn-ins are one of the 5 tedments. You want to do your task item turn-ins every day. They're good and good for you. Rounded scales, not on the list. Soft brown fur, not on the list. Stretched skins, not on the list. Bent metal maces, not on the list. Okay, so everything else I've been picking up is not on the list also. Well, crushed finger bones, not on the list. Oil essences, nasty skins. So I am still collecting spotted ears, not on the list. Dunlin task items in the Great River region. Okay, at least I know. I think it's out back this way. Limelight only has a couple of task items. I'll eventually start collecting some. I didn't really see any until I got some punctured shields or something. Yeah, I've gotten a couple of punctured shields, but that's been about it. I think off of orcs. It's alright, no big hurry. I mean, I can just go to the housing area and turn in those bent metal maces and metal sword sheaths. Apparently when I said something about being thirsty, Mrs. Mustafa decided to play possum and has rolled back over. I will be having to fetch my own beverage. I'm sure the task item board is the same here. Yep, nothing new. And then knotted heartwood and thick branches are the only 2 heroes of Limelight. Ithmar.
Rohirrim will
Collect
need your
Ithmar's
aid.
missing trinket. Was I supposed to ride up here? I think there's a dude I talked to at the statue here. Or I'm imagining it, maybe both. These guys do like to build tall figures. Which is funny. It very much looks like the statue from Fallout New Vegas as well. Who the hell am I supposed to be talking to? Lambert? At the base. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong spot and I'm an idiot. No. I think I'm in the right spot. Oh, I just missed him. He's right here by the tent. Okay.
Our mission is dire.
Alright, I'm kind of an idiot. I think we can all agree with that.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Collect weapons from defeated orcs.
Our success depends upon our
Defeat
strength.
sentries, skirmishers,
Will you aid
and
us?
ravagers. Yay, we get to go kill orcs. I might get some more punctured shields now. We'll see. When's your next eye appointment again? Yeah. Actually, the 15th. Thanks for asking. One! Tanuliel even said he's in front of the big tent. Takes Mrs. M a bit to get the laxatives dissolved into the Coke Zero. Go solo some giant trees. Yeah, I don't think giant trees and me at 69th level are a good match. That could be problematic. Look, that chieftain doesn't me much good. It doesn't hurt me to kill him, though. My guard didn't like those trees on level. Yeah. Despite Zinger's encouragement, I don't believe Limelight Gorge is meant to be soloed on level. Not even for a guard. she didn't get much better at tanking doing all the practice runs in the Roots of Fangorn instance. Oh, she did get much better. Well, there you go. Singer is just here to keep us humble, and me in particular. It's appreciated, Zinger. Apulu, how are you? A lot of chieftains. Another chieftain. Who'da thunk? There we go. Okay, there's an Easter egg down here somewhere. I wanted to show it, and I'm not sure where it's at. Somewhere on the other side of this river is a bunny cave. I'm not sure where I need to cross to find it. Yep, well, I'm going in the drink regardless. I guess I should hope this is it, because I have no idea where I'm supposed to get back up at. Ooh, a wooden chest. Hey, it's here. We'll leave the Bjorning dagger. So you find a cave full of rabbits. Oh, maybe I need to go up. More rabbits. Lots of rabbits. Oh, they've changed this. That's interesting. So there's a cute white fluffy bunny rabbit here, and it used to be like littered with corpses. It was sort of a Monty Python Easter egg from the Holy Grail, with the Vorpal bunny rabbit that would just instantly kill Knights of the Round Table. And I don't see corpses anymore. Anybody know when this got changed and or remember the old one? Welcome to Hidden Treasures with Easter Egg Mustafa. Chromite, you're confusing it with the one at Ostdunneth, Big Ed. Am I? Is this all that was here? Well, it must be. Yeah, well, for me to be confused is nothing new, Chromite, as you well know. Still, it's an Easter egg. It's a little hidden area. Zinger can confirm that I'm often confused, Zinger. That should surprise no one to learn. Well, let's see. We've got some pack space. Fate has brought us to the fishing portion of tonight's stream. Guardian's Belt, 71st level. Just keep running until you're in Limelight or Wildermore. Either works. Sweet! We really need to arrange a Colorado meetup. All the coolest peeps are here. You guys probably already know, but Delarfin and Mary Rose are in the greater Denver Metroplex. Several of Tenuliel's kin are in Denver or Wyoming. Flounder. A goldfish is not the fish I was hoping to catch. So far this is shaping up to not be a particularly good fishing area. Oh, 15-pound salmon's not a bad catch. I guess I did get the flounder too. Three-spine stickleback. Druid's Fire. Idle note, Chromite. Removing the red outline from Kiki inventory makes a lot more legible. Now you know. A pike. Ooh, I got a point of fishing too. A 174. Artillerian was checking on me earlier. I feel like they should sneak in a 51-pound salmon. You pointing it out just pushed me over the edge since it annoyed me as well. Ooh, a carp. 9-spine stickleback. Always take a fishing pole wherever you go in Middle Earth. It's always nice to be able to fish. Actually, that's a really nice angle. I hadn't noticed all of this intricate scrolling on the side of the crossbow. I don't know I've gotten in that close before. Fishing's at 175. I caught another flounder, a pike. There's a lot of detail work on that crossbow. 10-pound salmon. Umo will not be pleased. They should increase the limit at least to 250 and a 75-pound salmon. And I'd like to see a deed where you have to eat 10 of each of the cookable fish. Fishing's at 175 now. Tally. It would be neat tally, and at least the last couple things shouldn't be tough to implement. Except, like we speculated, whoever did the original fishing stuff is probably long since gone and nobody knows how it works anymore. Another 10-pound salmon. It's like, did we actually code for that at one point? Maybe? I haven't gotten a single sturgeon yet, but everything else has been pretty lively. Ooh, a dirty skull. Alright, we're gonna move on. As much as I love fishing, and you guys love watching me fish, I don't want to spoil you with too much fishing. I don't mind doing the fishing, but I'm going to feel bad when other streamers are on Lotro stream and you guys get mad at them for not fishing enough. You guys are all going to be like, but Big Ed fishes for us all the time. Be cool like Big Ed and do fishing deeds. And they'll be like, I don't know how. I just wanted to quest and do raid content. And you'll all be like, lame. So I don't want to get you guys grooved in and expecting that all the time. Somewhere. Oh, hobby tool. He did not make it. Where was that spider? There he is, Venom Biter. Best to start your spider slaying deed outside of Limelight Gorge. You don't have to kill all of your spiders inside the gorge. It takes a really long time. New deed, Spider Slayer. Defeat orcs. Lots of Kalinard Skarn out here. I try to be a team player, Tenuliel. It's like when other streamers talk about liking Pepsi instead of Coke Zero. I'm like, that's totally cool, even though we all know how lame it is. Oda's here, and I don't have a quest from him. And if I'm looking for the missing trinket, I have to go back this way. Did the goat eat the trinket? No. Be at peace, Mr. Goat. I had chocolate on my fingers. It was delicious. Ooh, lost trinket. Let's do very bad things to this Ravenger just for fun. He did not make it. Alright, I think we can ride from here. Hey, if you guys are looking for this Lambert dude, he's right here in front of this tent. So he's easy to miss. Be sure to look out for him.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Heavy leggings. Ooh, those are nice. They'd be nicer if they had a might boost on them, but they're still pretty nice.
What business have you with the Rohirrim? Will you aid the Rohirrim? Will you aid the Horse Lords? Will you aid the Horse Lords?
He got his trinket back. Healer.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Talk to people about the orcs. Something else to reforge.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Bleed critical, guardian bleed damage. We'll take the critical boost. Here's somebody to talk to. Hi, Gerard.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Concerned about Oda.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Talk to Oda. Now, I know there's a quest to come up here at some point. Does not seem to be the case at the moment. It's the Kuthstan. Boy, I broke my leg, I did. We'll just break our leg all the way down to Oda.
What brings you to these lands? Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us? The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Kill 100 chieftains and burn their supplies. I can do both. These guys are nothing but chieftains. There we go.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
He's hurrying back. We'll cut over to the all-chieftain camp. Kill 73 chieftains. Here's a chieftain now. One chieftain. Two chieftains. Oh yeah, that's a question for you Guardian experts. I know for some time the Guardian bleed crit legacy is basically worthless. Is it still the case, or did the changes make it viable legacy once more? Kansas City isn't going to be too happy about you wiping out their whole team. Bleed critical damage one? You're not a chieftain. It's viable now, yeah. Good to know. It's all crap. Ooh, it's a chieftain. I'm supposed to be burning stuff. Okay, well that's 3. What am I burning? Nothing back in here. You're a chieftain. And you're a chieftain. There's stuff to burn right here. You are near a supply store. Yeah, I thought so. So I'm supposed to destroy it, so what's the dealio? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Supplies. I'm supposed to do something with those orders. I'm just not in the mood to have to fight every orc in the Great River. Yeah, of course there's a Slayer dude. Alright, let's take these punks out. Where's that chieftain going? He was invited to the party. If I were a supply cache, oh, they're over here. Is there a lower camp? Is that part of the deal? This is the segment we like to call Ed Thinking Out Loud. Oh, there was only one supply depot to burn. Okay. Talk to Oda, talk to Oda. Read the quest text, Ed. It helps. I prefer Cookie Mama Thinks Out Loud. We'll have to see if we can arrange that sometime.
What brings you to these lands? Our mission is dire. The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Search around the camp for evidence of the Urukai's location. Like those plans that I left sitting on the table in the middle of the camp. Well, supposedly there's evidence in here. I don't think so, though. Oh, there we go, Orc Slayer. I don't see any evidence here. And I murdered a lot of orcs. Anything drop in the inventory? Not really. The emissary may be found to the east along the river. Oh, Oda doesn't care. I need to go defeat the White Hand Emissary. Okay, fair enough. Let's go do that. Hard hits in the house. Rambavam's checking in. Welcome all. Rambavams and Hard Hit, good to see you both. Welcome. Ooh, there's a backpack. I wonder if anybody left any sandwiches in it. Why no sandwiches, I wonder? Very disappointing. I've defeated Dargum in combat.
You have taken the Uruk-hai Vandal to Stangard, where Gada has brought him before Stanrik and Sithrik to await judgment. Will you aid the Horse Lords? What brings you to these lands?
The best thing about tonight is that you haven't got any Gorgoroth loot boxes to clutter your bags. You might be right, Singer.
What brings you to
What
these
foolishness is this? You would have me believe that the White Wizard himself is now our enemy? Do you think me an utter fool? This is nothing more than the Uruk-hai's cunning ploy. This mongrel would love nothing more than for us to consider Saruman, one of our greatest allies, as a traitor. Oh, how they would laugh at us as we turned friend to foe. They hope for us to attack each other, an ill-conceived ruse. This is precisely why you need me, Stanrik, to see this trickery. Gotta take this creature from my sight, send him back to whichever dark hole he crawled from. Uruk, listen to me now. Take this message back to your tribe. Stangard is strong and it is wise. We will not succumb to sword nor scheme. For the last time, Big Mustafa, you will not meddle in events that are of no concern to you. I am more than capable of seeing to the affairs of Stangard.
What brings you to these lands?
This is madness. Where is the justice in letting our enemies just walk away freely? This Uruk-hai has seen the layout of our city, our lack of supplies, and the conflicts in our leadership. We only show further weakness by letting him go. For Stanrik's sake, I will do as you command, Sithrik, but I could not disagree more with this decision. I will deal with escorting this Uruk out of Stangard. You should leave this hall before irritating Sithrik further. Bernstein says,
Our mission is dire.
while Sithrik places no value in your deeds, your efforts have not gone unappreciated. Although this is not the result Gada had sought for your part, there was nothing more that we could have asked of you. Gada has been asked to remain silent on the matter, so I will thank you on his behalf. Breastplate of Dargum's Bane. Pretty nice.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you
Visit
aid
the
us?
Rohirrim camp along the northern base. Okay, so they want me to go back to the camp. Here we've got a couple more pieces of armor. Looks like it might be time for more inventory management. Actually, Three hours, 11 minutes. I notice the viewership is starting to fade, as is the streamer. So I think the best thing to do Speed warning, minstrel, champion. Personal house. I'm going to do task item turn-ins, and we might take a look at winding things down, finding somebody to host. Oh, that runtime's a little short because I think I was probably going 45 minutes or an hour when the stream hiccuped, so I've probably been on about 4 hours. That's my story anyway. What we got? Oh man, that was not what I was hoping for. Okay, I screwed that up. Superior Calinard Riffler recipe. There we go. Bent metal maces. Green garnets. Scrap of whatever. Pages of crap. Mucky filth. Okay, inventory is managed. Task limit reached, 10 of 10. Rep change, title award. Deed complete, Orc Slayer. Deed bestowed. Orc Slayer advanced. 5 Lotro points, legendary item level up. Hi, Gipio. Thanks, Ginger. Have a good night yourself, and let's see who I'm going to go raid. If anybody. It's the Lotro stream, so I have to be a little careful if I host somebody. Let's see who we have. Alright, I tell you what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and raid 104th Maverick. If I hear... I'm going to hang out for a little while in stream, and if I hear any language that I think's beyond PG-13 during the first 10 minutes, I may go ahead and take them off of host on Lotro stream. But pop in and say hi. Thank him for streaming Lotro. Feel free to throw a follow. He's Scottish, so is that code for there will be swearing? Maverick is nice, but he's Scottish, I believe. Okay. So, yeah, we think language might be a concern. The other two who are streaming, I'm not sure about. Oitera and Crispy Car. And it looks like Crispy Car might actually be offline. So, yeah, let's go ahead and raid 104th Maverick. And we'll see how the language goes. If he drops a holy F-bomb, it'll be a very short stream. So I want to thank Druid's Fire for hanging out. I want to thank everybody else for being here in chat. Druid's Fire, what's wrong with Scottish? Hi, Night's Winter. The UK has a little more casual attitude towards cursing than the folks in the States and Canada might. Goofy Old Lady, good to see you. Lots of great fun folks in here tonight. Very much appreciate it. It's always a nice way to spend Friday evening chatting with you all. And I appreciate you listening to my dumb stories about finding a new candy store and eating Korean food after the RC auction on Sunday and all the other stuff. We love our UK streamers, Night Winter, and our UK viewers. But, well, let's just say... some languages viewed differently in different parts of the world. So, but we are going to go raid 104th Maverick and maybe even hang out for a while. We'll see how it goes. I like rolling the dice. So join me in raiding 104th Maverick. Channel is intended for mature audiences, so consider yourself warned. Druid's Fire never said there was anything wrong. That's true. Mature audiences, so consider yourself warned. Druid's Fire never said there was anything wrong. That's true. Mature audiences.
Because we bought the other ones, we can't even use the tame ones. They're barred.
Oh, that's right. You got them from a...
Yeah, we bought them from a vendor.
You can get it as a quest